Hello, friends. I made this for. My name is Lauren, and I am a tarot reader, astrology buff, and artist and art teacher here in Philadelphia, PA. If you've never been here before, welcome. I'm so glad you decided to click on this video for me to talk at you about reversals in tarot and how I either work or don't work with them. And if you have been here before, welcome back. If you've never been here before, though, I like to talk about tarot and astrology together, but today is strictly a tarot tip. So, of course, reversals are kind of an interesting thing. I originally got really stressed out with reversals when I was a baby witch because when I was using decks like this that came in these little boxes, it always came with papers that had like crazy different interpretations of a reversal for these cards. And I'm gonna just come out and say it. If that's how you read tarot, that's totally chill. We all have different ways of reading. If anything I ever say doesn't resonate with you, take it or leave it, you know? There is no one size fits all when it comes to people who read tarot and work with this tool for divination, for self-reflection, for any reason at all. Everyone's interpretation is and should be different. But I am going to share that I don't read reversals that way. I find it overwhelming. I find it counterintuitive. And I am going to share with you what I do. So, here's the deal. I don't read reversals often. I very rarely read reversals at this point. If I'm reading for someone else and there's a bunch of reversals, let's say I do a 9-card spread and there's just reversals all over the place, yeah, I'm gonna stop for a second and go, something's fucking going on here. But I don't look at cards as necessarily having different interpretations. And I think that's really important because for me as a baby witch, it became so overwhelming trying to navigate just the meaning of all these fucking cards. Not to mention opposite meanings or very different meanings depending on if there's a reversal or not. Just doesn't work for me, boo. And it might not work for you either, so I hope this does help. Here's the thing. I was really struggling to figure out everything that the tarot had to offer as far as reversals go until I got the Wild Unknown Tarot and read a section. It took me a while to read a page about it and really embody that and kind of process it fully. But what she mentions in her book, the artist and maker Kim Krans, that's her name, the information that she puts in the Wild Unknown Tarot booklet is that she doesn't read reversals. And that kind of was like a get out of jail free card for me. It made me go, oh, I don't have to do this. I don't have to remember a different meaning to these reversals. And of course, once I started taking classes and reading more, I started to learn how I read reversals now. So I see reversals as being in two categories. And of course, this is not just my knowledge. This is based on teachers that I've known or had, like Lindsay Mack, Aaron Johnson, Melissa DeLynn, Kathleen Callahan. These are all people that have been working with tarot way longer than me. Their wisdom is where I have gained a lot of my knowledge and understanding. Of course, I've adapted things through my own lens, but I do want to give that little forward. I'm not as much an expert as I feel like they are. These are great people you should engage with. Go have a search, babies. You might find a good teacher for you. But as I was getting into tarot, it's already really like overwhelming trying to remember all these cards and their meanings. So I started kind of thinking of it through learning from my teachers and through books that there's two other ways to go around it. So you can either see it as the same meaning, but where there might be a blockage around that meeting. So let's put it this way. Let me find Page of Cups. Let's say you get Page of Cups reversed. So if I were to pull this, of course I would listen to my intuition first as to whether or not it should be reversed, because most of the time, like I said, I don't actually read reversals. But if this came up and it kind of stuck with me as like, oh, this is a reversal to pay attention to, Lauren, then I would say this is where I'm having resistance. So I don't want to step into this embodiment. I don't want to be this person right now, but I'm being invited to be this person, right? So that would be a blockage. Or I could look at this as I am embodying this, but not showing it to anyone. This is internally how I'm feeling, but I'm not being really open with it, sharing in this and like embodying it outwardly. It's more inwardly. So those are the two ways that I look at reversals. It can either be a blockage or it can be an internalized feeling. So this can be, it's not coming from the outside world, it's from within. And of course, with these cards, with the court cards, I almost always see them as who we're being asked to embody. So it's on a case-to-case basis. Of course, if you have a way of getting clarity, that might be pulling another card as to what did the reversal mean, or you could ask a pendulum if that feels better to you, holding your card over your heart and asking the question and kind of intuitively feeling out which one is it. Are you stepping into it and it's internalized and there's something going on within the heart space, or are you just not doing it because you don't want to? It could also mean, depending on the card, so let's say you got this card and it's Nine of Swords. This one feels really bad, but reversed, what does it mean? Does it mean that I'm not feeling this bad? Well, if you were a client of mine, I might ask, is there something internal that you're not letting anyone in on? Is there a pain and suffering that's within that you are just not letting anyone be aware of, that you kind of maybe need to ask for help? Or are you avoiding bad feelings and kind of being disassociative so you don't have to deal with feelings of sadness and worry? Are you using substances to kind of escape those feelings? Because with this card, this is worrying, and reversed, it's, are you trying to block out a worry that's really like over your head right now? So those are different ways. And of course, intuitively, as an intuitive reader, you have to read how it feels right to you. So as an intuitive reader myself, I can't say what that would be like for you unless we were having a reading, right? So that's kind of a way that I look at reversals. So it's not necessarily something is, God bless me. It's not necessarily something that's completely different, but it's taking what we already know about a card and reorienting how we're looking at it is a way I like to see it. So perhaps you're being asked, if this is reverse, is to get connected with the earth element. You're feeling disconnected from this. Maybe you need to get back into your body and you haven't been feeling safe to do so. So finding things that make it feel safe in your body is something that you need to do. Again, I don't know how this plays out for you, but that's how I want you to, if you got anything from this video, it's the idea that reversals can show us where something is internalized or blocked. And that way we can use the same meanings of the cards, but interpret them in a different way that might be getting more out of it on a personal level. Now, We're so sorry. With that said, how do you read reversals? Do you like how I read reversals? Does it make sense to you? Is it something that you're going to use personally, or do you just not want to deal with reversals at all? I definitely went through a period of time as a reader where I just didn't read reversals. I didn't want to. It just felt too overwhelming. And of course, that's completely fine. But if you do read reversals, let me know in the comments down below. Of course, if you want to work with me in the future, links as always down below. And as always, my friends, I hope you have a beautiful day. I'm definitely going to be working on a Cancer season video soon as far as another Chariot update, how to connect with that card. And this is the card I pulled in this little episode. So, enjoy this little reversal for the day, and I will see you next time, friends. Bye-bye.